a round of applause, Sam Sanchez. Hello, how are you? Well, the Alderman, I tell you, I admired him a lot, Alderman George Cardenas. I get emotional when I get up here. It's, I've been in your situation, and the Alderman approached me one day and asked me, Sam, seen people write checks, to donate checks, and it's easy to write a check, $500, $1,000, and walk away for the rest of the year. And in reality, I did it in the past, but to participate is the biggest, is the most. I gotta say, you can't explain the emotion, the feelings. And today's a special day for me because I could have chosen being anywhere in the world. Could have been in Mexico, could have been in Playa del Carmen, could have been in Sabinas Hidalgo, Nuevo León. That's where I'm from. I grew up. I could have been in a restaurant, but today, and my birthday, I'd rather be with you, right here. I'm gonna tell you a little story about who I am and where I come from. And lo más importante, que a mí nunca se me ha olvidado mi raíz, yo donde vengo, de mis padres, mis abuelos, mi idioma español. Pero voy a hablar en inglés porque quiero que todos entiendan. I want to ask you all to please don't forget your language. Don't forget your heritage. Remember your grandparents, your parents. Spanish is such an important language in the United States, and it's needed. It's needed for jobs. It is needed to be able to communicate. So don't forget that. Anyway, I do own restaurants. I had over 1,400 employees. I have multiple restaurants. I'm building one right now as we speak in Florida, over the phone, communicating good employees. But it was never over. It was never. It's a scene that says, "Look at him. Look what he has. I want to be him." Well, you are me, and you could be me. Started years ago. I didn't have everything, but I came to learn that hard work gets you somewhere. And I call this. There's a thing that last year and the year before, we visit schools, talk to thousands of kids, invited them to my restaurant for lunch, show them what's possible and how can you reach this goal. There's no secret to it. It's all up to you. In the back of your shirt, it says, if it is to be, it is up to me. I learned that when I was 15 years old. I asked the Alderman if I could put that in the shirt. He said, well, you just gotta make sure you put the person who made the coat because I know that's not yours. And that's true. But I read it, and you have to believe it. If it is to be, it is up to me. And I really like you, all of you, to say it by the end, and I would ask you when, all of us together, to give some energy to this motivation. And excellent education has a great future for a lot of students. And this, the Alderman brought it to me. And I embraced it, I hugged it, I want to run with it, I want to participate with it. But I'm going to explain to you that opportunities are there, but the only one who would shut the doors of opportunities is yourself. And the way you shut the doors of opportunities is the way you dress, the way you speak, the way you tell people what you want to do. It is important that when you show up to work, that you are dressed and ready to work. If you believe being a busboy is a bad job, well, I got news for you. Just a few days ago on Saturday, someone posted on Facebook that he worked for me 14 years ago as a busboy. And he came from Mexico, and I was his first boss. He owns 5 restaurants in Chicago. His name is Adolfo Garcia. So it was a great start. So you could do that. Why? Because you have it in you. The ability is to work. You have to, if there's no jobs, you have to volunteer. Once you volunteer, or you get your first job, you're gonna showcase your ability. Someone's gonna recognize your knowledge. Somebody's gonna say, hey, I want that person working for me. I want that young person taking my job, making my job easier. Because when I started working, I worked 18 hours a day, 7 days a week. And my wife's here. my children were very small. I didn't see my children grow the first 10 years because I spent most of the time working. But the owner of that restaurant mentioned to me, you know what? I'm going to sell you the restaurant. And you are a person who's willing to work, willing to help out, and willing to give back to the community. And that's what we're doing here. We're giving back to the community. So if you were to walk into my restaurants and you have your pants hanging down to here, and really, I mean, you know where I'm talking about. The new way where people are dressing, that's not cool. You know what cool is? Cool is having a job. Cool is having a future. Cool is getting ahead in life, not dressed that way. The way you cut your hair, the way you walk in and apply for a job, the way you answer to people. You walk out the door, you say good morning. Good morning to your neighbor. Good morning to your boss. Boss, I'm not gonna try to cheat you an hour or have somebody punch in my time clock. That's not what you're here for. You're here to work, be able to showcase your skills and your ability to work. So most of you want to go to college, but not everybody's going to go to college. And success is measured in different levels. Yes, owning restaurants is successful. Having a lot of employees is successful. Being successful. Being a great father is being successful. Being a great mother is successful. Having a job, supporting your family is being successful. Not hanging out in the streets. So, my advice, if you believe that you're better off sitting at home, playing the Xbox, that is true. I used to call it Nintendo, and then we go, no, they don't use Nintendo anymore. It's Xbox, but I didn't know that. I never used them. I don't know how to play them. So, you want to be at home playing the Xbox, you might as well buy a brand new car and park it in the garage and never take it out. Because that's who you are. But you want people to see that car, you're going to drive it around, you're going to drive it around, you're going to drive it around. So if you want people to recognize your skills and your talents, you're going to go to work. You're going to volunteer. And you're going to show them, this is me, this is what I'm willing to do. I'm willing to work 18, 20 hours, 7 days a week. Why? Because that restaurant is going to be mine. That company is going to be mine. That cement company is going to be mine. Why? Because either they give me the opportunity or his competitor is going to realize that he needs someone like me and he's going to give me the job. Jobs are out there. Only one that closes the door on these jobs is yourself. If you do not introduce yourself properly, if you don't dress properly, you don't behave properly, everybody has an opportunity. Those doors are open. Those doors were open for myself. And they never close. And I still work and I still continue working. I love working because it's a challenge to succeed, to be able to give something back. One day, you will have this opportunity to be on this stage and get back to the community the way I am, because I believe that everyone that has succeeded and made something should get back, should donate, should pass their knowledge, their experience, their stories. Now you'll see me up here and you say, well, he probably didn't have it that hard, right? I'm not different than anybody seeing here. I carry something right here. And when I say right here, I'm not talking about the heart in my pocket. I'm going to pull it out right now. I carry something here really special. I was married, children, got into an accident, couldn't work. I had to buy the white label food and just to support my family. I was embarrassed not to be able to support my family. I get emotional. If I try not to, I'll try not to. But I have here a piece of paper. It says, Illinois Department of Public Aid. It's been saving this paper ever since it was given to me. I think my first check they gave me to buy food for my children, to buy milk, was $63. Thank you. I get emotional because the government gives you a second chance in life, not a way of life. This, the government offers you, is an opportunity in life. It's a helping hand, not a way of life. Get off of it. Pay back your government. I paid my government back in millions and millions of dollars in taxes. And I'm still grateful for what the opportunity they gave me. And I think most of us know that we need that helping hand once in a while, but if we could volunteer and showcase and tell them who we are, let's get to work. There's traffic opportunities. You could stay home and take yourself away from the traffic of opportunities. Put yourself in that traffic of opportunities. Somebody's going to see you. Somebody's going to recognize your skill. Someone's going to give you that opportunity like it was given to me. Like I said, I travel a lot. Been to China, Mexico, working. I love it. My wife wants me to work less. I know she does. But I can't because there's so much to offer. And if you don't go to college, then you better start now. You start right now looking for a job. You start right now training for a skill. Start right now. Not when you graduate high school, right now. Freshman, sophomore, junior, you start right now. You start volunteering, you start working, you start planning your life. There's no time to waste. You can't say, I'm gonna worry about it after I graduate high school. That's too late. Start now. I started. People like me started. Start now. There's nothing wrong with work. It's part of our life. It's what we need to do. Don't worry about it. Well, they're having fun. Well, let me tell you something about people having fun. Most of the people that are out traveling and having fun, well, either they work for me or they have no jobs. And you know who's having fun now? Me. I'm the one who's enjoying life. I'm the one traveling all over the world. I'm the one going on vacation. I'm the one putting my kids through college. So, and the ones that have fun and took the streets and hanged out in the corners and thought that they were smarter, either they work for me in low-paying jobs or are hopping from jobs to jobs. Because if you put your time right now, I was ready to retire when I was 35 years old. And some of us might think that 35 is pretty old. I used to think that too at your age. But I'm 50. And actually, sorry, 51. I'm going to say that. And I got another 40 years of my life to enjoy and have fun. So I want you to be part of that. I want you to be part of that. So the most important thing, I mean, Angelica Tondo, she said, I don't know what he saw in me. He saw skill. She said, I don't know what he saw in me. He saw skill. Okay. If you could showcase your skill, you're going to get a job. But to showcase your skill, you have to get out of your basement, you have to get out of your living room, you have to get out of your corner, you have to go and apply for a job, you have to volunteer, you have to service your community. It's really important to be out there and be recognized. There's a couple of things, you know, that I've talked about over and over and over and over. That's the doors of opportunities and traffic of opportunities. Keep yourself in the traffic. Keep showcasing your skills. Keep volunteering. Keep working. Don't quit. Don't worry about who's having fun at the park. Because that person having fun at the park, 10 years from now, he's going to still be at the park and you're going to be a successful person. And that's what we want. We want everybody to be successful. So I'm going to ask for everyone. I asked it a couple of times. Now, what we need to say is what it is. If it is to be, it's up to me. So I really like everybody to join me on this. But I'm going to ask everybody to stand up and just got to make sure you participate. Okay, so if it is to be, it is up to me, okay? I'm going to say it 3 times really loud. If it is to be, it is up to me. It is up to me. If it is to be, it is up to me. If it is to be, it is up to me. God bless you. Thank you for being here today. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hola, man. Thank you so much.